I'm Claudia Catania, and you're listening to Playing on Air. You're about to hear the winning play of the inaugural James Stevenson Prize for Comedic Short Play, recorded live at the 52nd Street Project in New York City. This extraordinary new prize honors the razor-sharp wit and humorous spirit of New Yorker cartoonist, illustrator, reporter, and playwright James Stevenson. The Stevenson Prize is made possible by the generous support of his wife, Josie Merck. The 2018 James Stevenson First Prize winner is Hate Baby by Gracie Gardner. Hate Baby's director is Claudia Weil, best known for the films Girlfriends and It's My Turn. Its cast includes Emily Bergl of Showtime's Shameless and OBIE winner April Matthis. And now, Hate Baby. Darla and Sigrid are sitting in a baby's room. There's a baby crib with a baby inside.
I just don't like that man very much.
He's not a man, Sigrid. That's your baby.
Well, sure, but he looks at me like a man.
So it's postpartum?
No. I talked to my doctor about it. It's not postpartum. I just don't like the guy.
Your baby?
Yeah, I just don't like him at all.
So what are you going to do?
Feed him, clothe him, care for him, listen to him, raise him, answer his questions honestly, give him a reasonable curfew, teach him about savings accounts early, how to make a poached egg, how to treat other people with kindness, pay for college but not for grad school, worry about where he is and if he's warm enough until the day I die. That's about it.
That's about it?
I mean, I'll wipe his butt. For years, I will wipe his butt.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, but I won't be happy about it.
Aren't you excited to see him walk for the first time?
I mean, I'm looking forward to dressing him up as a dumb little pumpkin and taking pictures that I can send to my friends for Halloween.
You understand why I'm concerned, right? That voicemail you left? I hope I'm not overstepping, but the voicemail concerned me.
Well, Dave loves him. Dave is crazy about him. Isn't that right, Dave?
He's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I'm in love with him, you know? I'm in love with my baby. I'm a grown man. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm in love with my baby.
Wow. You know, Dave, we've lived next door to each other for 3 years, and I still don't know what you do. What do you do?
Oh, I do something.
Oh, Sigrid, you're leaking.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. Do you mind if I pump?
No, of course not.
Oh, I hate doing this. I put it off and then I leak through all my shirts.
You're not breastfeeding?
This is what works for me. This is what works. This is what works for me.
I'm really sorry. Obviously, that was the wrong question. I knew it was the wrong question, but I just barreled on ahead asking it.
It's okay.
You must be happy to have so much time off. You get
6 months.
That's wonderful.
Is it? 'Cause you know what I love is work. The sharp focus of a task, the climax of the end in sight, the crisp turn of a job well done, the shh of a can of plain seltzer. The rare and unnecessary but deeply welcome word of praise, the faint glimmer of a new task in the distance, halls and halls of white paint and cement, and people in casual button-downs and muted tones, with no desire to have more than 2 sentences of conversation, the dry and warm embrace of sleep alone, in a clean bed after a long day, unencumbered by the damp and clammy presence of my husband Dave and all his scratchy hair and dead skin.
What's that, hon?
I just love you so much.
I love you too, hon. Love you too. And our baby. I love our baby so much.
I guess my concern is just that You told me you wanted me to take the baby.
Yes.
And Dave.
Yeah.
And for good.
Right.
So that concerns me.
Well, I didn't think you would actually do it.
I know.
I hoped you would.
That was the sense I got.
Yeah, I've made a huge mistake in doing this. Huge.
Okay.
I want tunnels.
What do you mean?
From work to couch to bed. And smoothies for every meal. No chewing, no artwork, and no people, and no touching.
So you don't like touching your baby?
Or Dave.
You know, babies die from lack of touch.
No.
That's why babies die so much in orphanages.
No. The idea that your baby needs constant touch is a falsehood that has been fed to you to keep you down. The idea that human beings need touch is a lie that predators created to make themselves feel in control. I was never touched as a child. I turned out great. My parents pushed me around with a big, soft spatula. And I went to Williams, so...
But there's science behind it. There have been extensive studies.
If I don't, my strange, ineffectual, yet sturdy and prompt clam of a husband will.
I'm really worried.
That's why I called you. I thought you might be worried. I thought I might be able to tag out, you know?
He's a baby. He smells wonderful, and he's cuddly and sweet. I wish Toby was a baby still. Now, his farts smell bad, and he says I lack personal style.
I just feel like serial killers, you know?
What?
Like, what if I hug him and then he grows up to be a serial murderer, you know?
Why would he do that?
I have this feeling that he's a bad person.
You do?
Like the baby Hitler thing? Look, would you kill Hitler when he was a baby?
I'm really concerned.
Like I would not. Would you?
I don't know, Sigrid.
Like I wouldn't, but I probably wouldn't hug the baby Hitler either.
Why do you think he's a bad person?
It's just something I've noticed.
He's a baby. He's perfect.
That is so weird when people say that.
He just wants love.
Then you should take him.
I can't take him. I have my own family.
And you love them so much. Wouldn't you like more?
Is it because
What?
when he breastfed, did he get a little baby boner?
How did you know?
Toby always got a little baby boner.
What the hell is that?
People don't talk about it. I don't know why. It's horrific.
It's beyond horrific.
They can't help it.
It's humiliating.
I thought I was doing something wrong.
Me too.
No, oh my God, no. That's what happens to little boys.
Every time you pick them up?
Oh, really?
That's weird, isn't it?
I don't think so.
It seems insane.
I think it's very common.
I guess all little boys are just born evil.
No, that's not it. It's obviously not even a boner. It's just their blood is circulating.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't they print a warning on these things?
It's not a big deal. It's natural. You're not a bad person. He's not an evil baby. He's just a boy.
Why can't he just keep it in his pants?
Because he's an infant. He can't even see colors yet. It doesn't mean anything.
I guess I just feel disappointed in myself.
Most parents never manage to teach them to keep it in their pants. You have a long time.
I do have a long time.
And there's so much you can do.
What can I do?
Well, with Toby, you know, I was scared. I was scared of making him even more messed up, so I just didn't do anything.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Me neither. But then you look out your kitchen window, and your son's in the garden, and he's taken out his penis and put it into the center of a daffodil, and he's just holding it there, and you go, there's something nice about that.
Toby did that?
Sure, and then you're getting ready for Christmas dinner and prepping the crown roast, and he's taken one of the paper frills, the little chef hats that go on the chops, and he's put it on his penis, and he's pretending like it's a chef, and you go, that's really creative, that's pretty fun.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then he goes off to his first day of preschool, and at the end of the day, the teacher wants to talk to you. And you have this feeling. You have this feeling that you made the wrong call. You should have done something. You should have squirted him with a water bottle every time he got a little baby boner, like my mother told me to. And then you walk into the office like it's a death march. And then the nice little preschool teacher tells you, you know, Toby is so creative. And today we made pictures together, and the kids told me captions to write on them, but I didn't want to show yours in front of the other parents. And she hands it to me, and he's drawn me and Jim as the sun and the moon, and Toby's the earth, and they're all smiling, and it says, everyone else complains about their mom and dad, but not me. So, I don't know. I don't know what's right. But I am not going to take your family, Sigrid. And I really wish you wouldn't leave me voicemails like that. It really upset Toby.
Okay.
He keeps asking if I'm going to leave and move next door.
Okay.
Okay. But seriously, don't do it again, or I will take legal action. I will sue.
Okay.
Okay. Tell Dave I said bye.
I will.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Oh. Shh. Shh. Here's your bottle. And here's your spatula. There.
You just heard Hate Baby, written by Gracie Gardner and directed by Claudia Weil. It starred Emily Bergl as Sigrid and April Matthis as Darla. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Gracie, it's nice to have you here. Congratulations winning the James Stevenson Prize. So can you tell us a little bit about where you come from and where do you hope to head?
Oh, wow. I grew up writing plays and being sort of a weird little kid dancing around the woods, singing songs to myself, regular stuff. And really liked writing plays, and I want to continue doing that.
Right on. In your play, you explicitly choose for Sigrid's behavior not to be a result of postpartum depression, but something else. Can you talk about that something else?
Yeah, I mean, I just think there are a lot of things that people think about themselves or their kids that are weird or bad, that are in fact incredibly normal and perfectly healthy things about themselves. And that was what I wanted to illustrate, was that this wasn't some medical condition she had. This was about her confusion about thinking something was bad when in fact it was something that was normal and healthy and totally fine.
Would you say that that it had anything to do with fear of the boner? I mean, was there anything? What did you make of it, Emily?
Okay, so I have a baby girl, and I actually asked after we read the play, is this a thing?
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't really read up on boys because I knew I was going to have a girl. But I didn't. I mean, I knew, I guess, they got them, but not breastfeeding.
Right. Yeah. Who can see through the diapers?
But I thought if I did have a boy, is it going to be strange because I don't have a penis, so I'd have to learn how to deal with that. This is awkward.
So let's walk carefully here.
But we're not using we're using the clinical term. I don't know if boner's a clinical term, but
I don't think it's it.
I guess the FCC will let us know.
yeah.
Stephen, you used to do stand-up, and you've done a lot of comedy. I think a number of you have, actually. What is it about this play that you would say defines it as a comedy?
The boners.
The boners. Right. Yeah.
Boners are funny.
So if I could take us off the phallic track for a moment.
And
Yes.
onto the play.
Get back to the play.
I think the reason why this is a comedy is because it's something that normally would be a very tragic circumstance. Please take my baby away. But the character thinks that it's a normal request. She talks about it as being, can you tag out?
Right.
So I think in comedy is either, everyone calls Seinfeld a show about nothing, but Seinfeld is actually funny because it's a show where people care deeply about nothing. And also the inverse is true, when you have these fantastical circumstances, but people think that they're normal.
And there's something funny, I guess, about the unspeakable. And saying, take my kid is pretty unspeakable. April, you have boys?
I have one boy.
One boy.
He is 9.
Great.
And I remember this time very well.
That's great. Gracie, can you just tell me a little about the soft rubber spatula?
I just guess.
Your childhood?
My parents, I think they use that sort of, cry it out method, where you put the baby in the room and they cry, and, they're, a specific kind of parenting. And I always thought that was really funny. Like you're a baby and you're like, nah, let's wait.
Yeah.
And I think the spatula, I don't know, I think it just came from that, from imagining my parents being like, is she awake? Just like tap her with it.
Well, they made a great contribution to American literature. Anyway, I would love to talk more, but time's up. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Claudia Wilde, Stephen Boyer, thanks. Thank you. You've been listening to Playing on Air. Theme and play music by Tom Cochan. Series sound design and recording by John Kilgore. For Playing on Air, our staff is Associate Producer Michelle O'Brien, Literary Manager Bonnie Antosh, Development Gary Shiro, Audio Editing Julia Melfi, Radio Distribution by PRX Public Radio Exchange. This play was recorded live at the 52nd Street Project in New York City. Special thanks to them and to our stage manager Megan Schwartz-Stickert, Alex Swan for event sound design and house sound mixing, Z Worthington on deck audio, and David Palmer on lights. We invite you to visit us on Facebook, Twitter, and head to our website at playingonair.org, where you can hear our recently released short plays anytime. You can listen to lots more by subscribing to our podcast, Playing on Air. For Playing on Air, Great American Short Plays with great American actors, I'm your host, Claudia Catania. Thanks for listening.